Hi everyone, and welcome to the IntervYOUs. This is our new series where I talk to all different people about their personal body image and self-image experiences. Our special guest today is Shannon Norris. She's a former competitor in the Miss America system, and she founded her own fitness program. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, like Abby said, I'm a former contestant within the Miss America organization. I was Miss Texas County 2016, so I competed for Miss Missouri that year. This is a program I started well before I was competing, just because it was something that was very important to me, and I actually started it whenever I was competing within the USA Ambassador system.
That's really cool. So these questions that I'm going to ask you, they're not hard, I promise. But so Shannon, we met a few years ago, and this was before you had ever competed in the Miss America system, but you had already had the personal experiences to create your platform, which was Commit to Be Fit. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
So it starts with you. Commit to Be Fit is a program I started my junior year of high school. I was kind of just down in a slump about how I felt, and I wasn't being healthy at all. And I reached my heaviest weight I had ever been. So I decided that I needed to do something to change. And that's where It Starts With You comes from, because I had to find that within myself to change. So my whole platform really talks about my personal struggles with weight loss and my personal struggles with body image, because that is something I've struggled with my entire life. And whenever you get bullied and stuff in school, it doesn't help any. So that's kind of why I started my platform, and I really just want to promote a healthy lifestyle, not only physically but mentally as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think it's really awesome because on your social media, you were really open and you posted a ton about your fitness goals and a ton about being ready for the swimsuit competition, which is a part of the Miss America program. I wanted to ask would you say that the swimsuit competition, it impacted you in a positive way or a negative way, both? I'm giving you that option, or why?
So I have mixed emotions about the swimsuit competition. Like everybody says, it really does. It pushes us to be the very best we can. And whenever I was preparing for Miss Missouri, I really noticed that if it wasn't for the swimsuit competition, I wouldn't have forced myself to be so healthy and to work so hard towards those goals. But something that not everyone knows is after rehearsals at Miss Missouri for swimsuit competition, I actually had a mental breakdown. And it went back to I got in my head about all those insecurities I'd already had. And I think that's the hardest part about it. And just being a girl in general, we compare ourselves so much to others. And I wasn't the healthiest and most fittest one there, and I knew that, and it was really hard. And I think just the emotions from the long week and everything kind of just mixed into that. But really, overall, it did push me to be a healthier version of myself.
That's awesome that you had gone through all of that, but you still were so confident, and you're so amazing. And I just remember seeing all your pictures and thinking, Shannon looks so awesome, and I was like, kill it. It was awesome. But I wanted to ask, on the topic of swimsuit competition, what was the hardest thing about competing in the swimsuit competition? Did you ever doubt yourself? I know that you said you had a mental breakdown, but what did you do to maintain your positive mindset, a positive attitude, and confidence?
So I doubted myself all the time, and it really was during Miss Missouri when I had that mental breakdown. I was like, okay, I worked this hard, so I'm going to show it off. And that was actually the first time I'd ever wore a bikini in front of anybody. I never wore them. And so between the support of all the other girls competing and whenever I stepped out on stage, and I remember the moment so vividly, I hit the runway and the crowd went nuts. And I was like, okay, Shannon, this is why you did it. You are an inspiration to people. I mean, how many people my size really get up on stage in a swimsuit, let alone a bikini? And so it was just that moment that I was like, okay, this is why I did it, and all my hard work really did pay off.
That's so cool to hear. So confidence, right? Have you ever had a time in your life where you struggled with negative self-image? I know that your platform is all about overcoming that and being the best that you can be. So could you tell me about it, and how did you overcome it?
So like I said, in school, I was bullied a lot just for my weight. And a lot of people, they're always like, you're so fat, you're ugly. And those kids are mean, really, is what it comes down to, is kids are just mean. And whenever I started my weight loss journey, I really thought, that's kind of when I said to myself, I don't care what people think of me. I'm making myself a lot healthier, and I may not be a size 0 ever. My body it's not capable of being a size 0. And that's something I've come to terms with, is I'm always going to be a heavier person just because of my body build. And, those people that call you fat and they call you ugly, they have their own insecurities going within themselves, and it really just sucks that they take it out on others. So really, when I started my weight loss journey is when I really became more confident and quit ignoring all what everyone else said.
That's really hard for some people to do. So for the fact that you could do that is really inspiring, and it inspired me hearing that. So here's a challenge. This is kind of a difficult question, but do you think it's better to be out of shape fitness-wise but have a great body image and positive mindset, or is it better to be very fit and healthy but be putting yourself down constantly? Why?
So this is a very tricky question, because if you look at me, I'm not the fittest person. However, I do work out because I rodeo, and goat tying is not the easiest sport out there. It takes a toll on your body. So I work out all the time. I try to eat a lot healthier, but I'm not super skinny and super fit, and I have a positive body image. But there are girls out there who are a size 0. They're super fit. I mean, they got killing bodies, but they're really down on themselves. And I really just think there needs to be a middle ground between, because you shouldn't be super obese, and, as long as I agree that it's good that you're confident in yourself, but you're killing yourself at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so there's just such a fine line between, I really couldn't choose one or the other. So
I know that's a hard question. I know if I were to ever get asked that, I would be like, both, but you can't say both. So, but this is kind of a gloating moment, but what are you the most proud about yourself? I want to hear it, because that's always really cool to hear about.
So, with being Miss Texas County, like I said, when I stepped out on that stage in swimsuit and the crowd went nuts, it took like every ounce of me not to just break down in happy tears on stage. And I don't cry ever, so that takes a lot. But afterwards, whenever we were talking to our parents upstairs and everything, there were so many people that came up to me and said, "You are such an inspiration to all of us," because I could never do that. And that's one of my proudest moments, because there's a quote I live by, and it's, I want to inspire someone. I want someone to look at me and say, I didn't give up because of you. And so that's just something I live by, and really every day I just want to inspire someone. And I know I'm not super skinny, and that's okay. And I want people to realize the size of your clothes doesn't define your success. And I just really like being an inspiration for everybody else.
Well, you've definitely inspired me for the amount of years that I've known you. This is not a body image question at all, but I think it's a fun one to ask. I like asking people it. If you could tell me the you 3 years ago, something that you know now, I guess, what would it be?
Okay, what was 3 years ago was 2014. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So 2014, I was a freshman in college at Missouri State, and I really struggled that year. I had a lot of issues with my body image, and I gained the most state 28 is what they called it, and I gained every bit of that 28 pounds. And if I were to talk to myself 3 years ago, I really would just say, hang on, there's a ride ahead of you. Don't give up on any of your dreams, because at that point, I wasn't even going to compete in the Miss America organization. I was like, I'm too fat, I'll never win. And it's not true, because so many times last year during my locals, I was told, Shannon, it's not your swimsuit. It does not matter. You have the confidence for it. So really, I would tell myself 3 years ago, just be confident, be patient. You've got a ride ahead of you.
So, Shannon, thank you so much for interviewing with me today. You have definitely inspired me in all the years that I've known you, and I know that your fitness program has definitely inspired a lot of people. Before we go, is there a website or social media account that we could find your fitness program if we want to know more about it?
Starts with you. Commit to Be Fit. That'll be my fitness program page. And I actually have a blog, and there's some pretty awesome blogs in there. I've interviewed Miss America 2013, Mallory Hagan, so definitely check out her blog. But, yep, that's where you'll be able to see me, and I'm going to be updating it very soon, so there's some new updates coming.
Cool. Well, like I said, thank you so much for interviewing with me. This has been it for the interview. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you guys in the next video.